let the interview begin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the For Love and Nerds podcast. I'm here with Katie Leigh. Hi, Katie. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Glad you could be here. So, I wanted to start off by asking what attracted you to voice acting.
Well, it seemed like a fun thing to do. And, the pay looked good at the time. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Did you have any inspirations growing up?
Yeah, I think when I think about it, my parents were really into comedy. They were funny. My dad would do accents. My mother would do accents. We listened to comedy albums. I watched TV. There's a lot of variety shows and cartoons and all those things, that
Yeah,
you
of
grew up
course.
with it kind of end up, imitating and enjoying, and feeds your brain, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was never in theater in high school. That didn't appeal to me, being on stage. It's just, I guess, when I got out of high school, people started to tell me I sounded younger than I was, and I didn't even realize that.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and then, they gave me the suggestion, and I think I have a good ear. I'm a pretty good mimic, so um, sometimes you're born with certain talents and skills you develop along the way. And I had gotten a degree in broadcasting because that
Oh,
seemed
okay.
interesting. I actually got that degree. I didn't know what I wanted to major in, and I had sort of dabbled. I was doing improv in San Francisco. That I did that just to kind of build my confidence as a human being, not that I wanted to be a performer.
Yeah.
And then the whole voiceover thing kind of popped up, and I thought, well, maybe I can make some extra money. And I got an agent. I made a demo with Lucille Bliss in San Francisco, who was the voice of Smurfette.
Oh, wow, nice.
And the agent sent me to her, I think. And then I was on an interview, and the person was across from me like you are. I said, how'd you get your job? And they said, oh, I got a degree in broadcasting. And I was like, oh, I didn't know you could get a degree in broadcasting. That sounds great. So I went back to school and did that. So after I graduated, I thought, well, I had managed to actually get into the Screen Actors Guild while I was in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, maybe I should, I don't know what I'm going to do now. Maybe I should try to do voiceover or do more of it. And they said, well, you need to go to LA because that's where the animation was at the
Yeah.
time. We're talking about 1981.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So I went there, which is where I was raised anyhow. So it wasn't a foreign land, so to speak. And I got an agent, and as my buddy, Will Ryan, I don't know if you know, we actually have our own Don't Call It a Podcast show on
Oh,
YouTube called
nice.
Tell You Later, Will Ryan and I. And Will always, when people ask him that question, he'll say, well, I knew I wanted to do it when the check cleared. So, I figured I'd give myself 2 years. If I could make a living, then I'll do this.
Yeah, well, that makes the most sense.
Pretty simple. I'm a very practical person.
Yeah.
I just want to pay my bills, and,
You want to live,
that's
don't you?
it,
That's the thing, innit?
right?
Yeah. So what was your first voice acting role?
Well, one of the first things I did was just a little project doing the screaming of a little girl in the bathtub being scalded for the Shriners Burns Institute. They were making like their own industrial film, I
Yeah.
guess, to say what they do. But my first cartoon I ever got booked on was a Mork and Mindy cartoon.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I thought I was going to be a regular, but it was just a one day thing at Hanna-Barbera. But that was encouraging. And then after that, I got cast in a show called Pandemonium that I'm sure you never heard of.
The name rings a bell, but yeah.
And then after that, more and more work. I was doing commercials
Yeah.
too, and but they used rarely ever used kids back then. So I was in the right place at the right time. I did a lot of kids' voices, and then I got booked in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, which is obviously my favorite role you've done to. This is the most noticeable role I know you for, obviously, because I love that show. So
You seem so young.
yeah, well, my mum and her brother grew up with the show, and they introduced it to me. So I've like binge watched it over the space of like a week or something like that, because it's amazing. I'm
Yeah,
23.
did we do like 3 seasons?
Yes, but
Something like 4?
it was either 3 or 4 seasons. But my question for you, I'd like to ask is,
Excuse me.
yeah, that's fine.
I just swallowed my amazement. Okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, because the last ever episode was never like filmed. Do you know why?
They canceled the show.
All right. I was so traumatized when I got to the final episode. And I
But
was like,
you can buy a box set. Somebody produced a box set of DVDs, and they wanted to record. The name of the script, excuse me, is Requiem, and it was written. And so we went back in the studio. I was the only original cast member who did it,
oh, okay.
and we actually recorded it. So you can see the script. There's no animation, but there's a group called a Facebook group, a Dungeons and Dragons Facebook group, and I could tell you who it is. I can look them up. And within that group, there are people who still talk about it, and somebody who's animated that script
Oh, really?
on their own. It's pretty crazy. But I can tell you the name of the group, and you should belong to it. Let me look it up right now. Do you ever have people do research on your show live? Let's see.
There's been a couple of people, yes. So you're not the first, don't worry.
It's the Dungeons. Wait, let's see. Dungeons and Dragons cartoon TV series. Is that the group? Do I belong to this? I guess. Yeah, so you can see what they've done there. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out because I really wanted to see the finale because of the amazing work you guys obviously did, and then.
Well, thank you. You never know at the time. It's like people get older and then they tell you that stuff.
Was it? How come there's only one episode though?
What do you mean?
Because there's only one episode that wasn't animated, wasn't it?
Because it got canceled. They at the time, Adam, there were only 3 television stations. It wasn't like
Oh.
it is now, okay?
Yeah.
And programming is very key to maintaining an audience. And they on that show, if I remember correctly, because God knows it was a long time ago,
Yes.
they kept like moving the time, so it wasn't consistent. And the other thing is, was on a network, CBS, I think, and they also broadcast American football.
Ah, right.
So they would preempt it a lot of times for the football. So they lost a lot of audience because it wasn't consistent in their programming. And the network executives look at the numbers, and I think because they didn't show every episode, they could finish maybe the season without having produced all the episodes. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
So I think that's what happened. They didn't renew it, and that never got produced.
Oh, that's a shame. So how come you were the only original cast member to return?
I
Or is
was
that?
probably the only one they could get a hold of who was in LA who was willing to do it.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, fair enough, I suppose.
Being honest.
No,
Yeah, my daughter, if you hear it, my daughter actually read Diana's part.
oh wow, that's awesome.
Hmm.
So what was it like working on the show?
Oh, it was amazing because, it was new in my career,
Yeah.
really. And I had been watching television, so I watched Willie Ames and Adam Rich on TV. So they were stars, and Happy Days, I was a big fan of that. And
Yeah.
Don Most was there, so I was like working with all these celebrities. It was pretty cool. It was like I was the nobody. Well,
Okay.
actually, Tanya and she was even less known. I don't think she'd ever done a show
Oh wow.
at all. Yeah.
And I know you went on to do like shows like My Little Pony and more things that were more like
Muppet Babies and
yeah, of course.
Darkwing Duck. All the things, just now with Disney Plus, you can now see Darkwing Duck, you can see the gummy bears, but the stuff that Disney bought, they don't air. They don't air the original Muppet Babies. They kept that locked up. They don't even issue it on DVD. Now they have their own show, new one they made with a all new cast.
Yeah, on Disney Junior. Yeah, I've seen that's advertised. Yeah. So
So
what are some of
people don't see shows I worked on for 9 years.
is it 9
Don't
years?
even exist. Yeah, 9 years on the
Wow.
Muppet Babies and 8 years on Gummy Bears. I was very fortunate to work on some very long-lasting series. Yeah.
Wow. Do you have your own copies or not?
The Gummy Bears came out with a half set.
Oh,
They
okay.
issued that. I do have Darkwing Ducks. I don't know if I have them all because that was issued as a DVD. But Muppet Babies wasn't. No, I mean I have VHSs that are like getting pretty rotten now. And you turn on because we weren't home to see it, and I'd want to see it, so I plug it in, and you get all these other shows and commercials in between. You can see a lot on YouTube. Somehow people have, they bootleg stuff and put it up there. I think they put it a little faster speed, or they put it in the corner of so you can see it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I found some of the songs I've sung, which is pretty fun too. For a while, you could actually copy things from YouTube, but that's not happening anymore. So the few things I managed to capture, that's all I have.
At least you got some things out there that you can no longer get hold of, I suppose, which is good.
You might not be able to download it, but you can see it. So
Yeah, of
it's
course.
fun.
Yeah.
I just found an episode of the $25,000 pyramid I did in 1986.
Oh really?
I think that is on the internet. I mean, it's a game show, and half of it is on the internet. I was like, wow, it was crazy to see
Wow, that's amazing.
that. So eventually, be careful what you do out there. Anything that gets recorded will be in existence forever. Show up
Yes.
when you least expect it.
Yeah, especially like that's 35 years later. You said 86, yeah. So
Yes, so yeah.
yeah. So apart from the shows we've discussed, what are some of your other favorite shows or you've been in video games as well? So what about them?
Well, I've also worked on a radio series produced by Focus on the Family. My buddy Will Ryan, who I do the YouTube show
Yeah, as you
with,
said, yeah.
tell you later, we've both worked on that for 34 years. That's
Wow.
called Adventures in Odyssey. It's played all over the world. It's a faith-based show, and it's terrific. It's really well produced. So I'm really thankful to be a part of that. And of course, being on Muppet Babies was huge because I was a big Jim Henson fan, and
Yeah, exactly.
very, very, very thankful for that. And then I also got to work on Grim Fandango when video games were kind of new. It's an amazing game that they remastered. If anybody, and it was produced by Lucas, so it's very, very cool game. The script and the artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's something to check out.
What console was that released on, if you can remember?
No. I think let me think. Maybe trying to see if I can zoom in on my face here. You're getting so much of my booth. No, no, was PlayStation in existence at that time?
PlayStation was early 2000s, late 90s, late 90s.
I don't know, but I bet if I type it in right now, I'll tell you. Grim Fandango. LucasArts for Microsoft Windows. Yeah.
Oh, so it was released on PC.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't see a lot of stuff too, because I came from a Apple family from day one. So many things that like Totally Spies had games. I worked on that show, but they're all for PC, and so I could never see them. That's when you had
Okay.
to, buy the discs, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, it says it used 3D computer graphics, and
What year did it come out?
what year? 1998.
Oh, yes, I think not. That might have been a year before the PlayStation 1. So.
Oh, and now it was initially released for Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, OS X, and Linux.
Oh,
And
so
then they had mobile versions, and they redid it for 2015 for Android and iOS and Nintendo Switch.
Oh, cool.
Xbox One version of it. And there's a lot of celebrities, voices in that. I mean, I didn't know. The little scenes, I did a secretary, a couple little lines for her, and then these little kids, these brother and sister, and Pamela Adlon was the other voice.
Wow.
When she was Pamela Siegel. And yeah, that's all we did. So, and games are so huge. You don't know who's doing what, because you always go in and record separately. But it's really fantastic. I knew when I did it, it was awesome. I mean, Tony Plana is a voice, and a lot of it's got a big Latino cast. Yeah, you should look it up if you like games. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, I have an Xbox One, so I actually might check it out, to be fair.
So when you do that, I'm curious because I don't play games. How do you like buy it, download it? How does that work?
Yeah, so you'll go on the console, you'll buy the game for however much it is, and then just play it.
Oh, so you buy it through the console.
Yeah, well, most consoles are trying to do more digital purchases rather than disc-based now. You can get discs, but it's just easier.
Yeah.
Because the society is getting a bit lazy, I suppose.
Right? Yeah, if I can't get it right now instantly, yeah, it's not worth it, right?
Exactly. I'd rather pay an extra £10 just to buy it digitally or whatever it is, whatever you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, we've discussed video games and TV and all that. Is there anything else you're interested in being involved with?
Everything. What do you mean?
Like, do you want to direct anything? Do you want to write your own things?
I started directing. I love it. I started directing. As a matter of fact, I've started coaching, and I have workshops that people can join, a workout group that meets once a week through a voiceover heaven. It's called on Wild Apricot. There's information, or through my website, katieleigh.com. So we have a workout group, and I coach individually. And then, I wanted to direct. So I just directed the pilot for a TV series from France, a short series. What do they call it? Limited series called Ewelon's Quest. It went to Annecy Film Festival. I don't know what happened. But it was really beautiful. It's very cinematic. It's different from what you'd normally see on TV as a cartoon series. Because it's dramatic. It's not really, it's not your typical cartoon. So that was my last directing gig, which was it was neat to work on that. have a few shows that are on that I've directed and do voices for on the YouTube. I guess they're on YouTube. Lots of followers. One's called Chi Chi Love. A lot of preschool stuff. That's what I like to do.
Okay, cool.
And I do a lot of e-learning things that I record here from my own studio.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to be in a Disney film someday, but we'll see. I don't know about that.
Oh, you never know. Anything's possible.
Anything's possible, and I believe that.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you? What do you do?
Well, obviously, this is sort of like a part-time hobby. I'll call it for that. So I'm a groundsman, if you know what that means.
Oh, you make things nice and neat and beautiful.
Yes.
That's good.
The complete opposite of this.
Well, no. I mean, it's good to be outdoors and do stuff. That's important. And
Yeah, well, I like that fine balance of being outside for so many hours, and then being indoors, and then doing the podcast, and then doing that.
Do you do that at any particularly wonderful place?
I work in a school.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a private school, so it's quite a lot of grounds to cover, and yes.
Schools are great. What school? Oh, I guess maybe I shouldn't ask. My friend was living in England. I don't know if it was a private school, like a church school, and she was the choir director there.
All right.
Her husband was there for a while. I never got to go visit her, but I bet it gets hard in the winter.
Yeah, it's a tough one because we have a lot of sports on in the summer, so it's a lot harder work there. But obviously, because of the weather in winter, it's a lot colder, so you don't really want to be working outside, obviously. So it's tough.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's nice. So, and do you consider yourself a nerd?
Yeah. Well, yes, I love Star Wars and Marvel and.
Hey, you want to see what I just found? I was cleaning out my files.
Yeah, sure, cool.
Okay, hold on, I'll show you. I don't know if you can see this. And I'm not sure where it came from. It's a
wow.
Star Wars poster.
Okay, that's awesome. Wow, that's nice.
Yeah. It's all falling apart, though. I don't know what to do with it. I should ask somebody. Oh, you know what? Do me a favor. Take a screenshot and send it to me so I can ask somebody what to do with this.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll just cut this part of the video and then I'll send it over to you.
Okay. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's cool. I was in a cartoon once at Nickelodeon, an Oh Yeah cartoon, where I got to play Mark Hamill's wife. So that was fun.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
What was he like?
Oh, he's amazing. He's so talented. He's a great voiceover guy. He also made a movie called Comic-Con, the movie. Did you know that?
No, I didn't actually. When did that come out?
A long time ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know he's known for doing the Joker. That's one of his main voiceover roles, which is incredible.
Yeah, but he's all kinds of stuff. He's very, very good. Yeah.
So obviously, you growing up back in the 70s, 80s, and watching obviously Mark on screen. Do you find it? Did you get starstruck when you eventually worked with him, or do you find it just normal?
Well, when I first started in voiceover, I was like, around everybody. But then I realized there's a little tip for your audience. I feel like I'm looking, for some reason, my camera seems so high, and I'm trying to make it look like I'm looking at your face, but I don't know if that's working at all. Sorry about that, everybody. I realized that everybody likes a compliment. And if you're not like crazy fanatic, you know, if you meet somebody that you like, if you happen to walking down the street in Manchester and you bump into Mark Hamill, and instead of fainting, if you say, you know, wow, I'm a big fan. It's really great to meet you. What a thrill.
Yeah.
Something. You can give somebody a compliment and they always love it. Actors like that, you know, when you pretend like, all right, I'm going to act like I don't see them. I mean, that's kind of just weird too. So
Yeah.
it's better just to be straightforward, simple. You'll feel good that you gave somebody you liked a compliment. They'll receive it. You know, most people will, not everybody, but
Yeah, of course.
so I mean, when I first started, I had to get used to it. You know, okay, these are people I work, yeah, and I get excited. And so when I meet them and I'm working with them, I can say something too. You know, wow, hey, it's great to meet you,
Yeah,
because
of
it
course.
is, right? Let's get to it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I had a lot of practice in a way because I go to a lot of Comic Cons. So I've met
Oh, I
so
hope I go to England someday. I really want to go to a Comic Con there. I do go to Comic Cons, and it's so much fun to meet people and
Yeah.
hear their stories because, you know, we've lived long enough for y'all to grow up and tell us stuff. A lot of my stuff is cartoons, so people who were, you know, 8, 9, they're not gonna tell me anything when they're that age, you
No,
know.
of
But when
course.
y'all grow up, it's fun.
Yeah, well, I think the fact that your work that you did like so long ago was actually lived on this far on is amazing. Like I'm still a massive Dungeons and Dragons fan, so it's amazing that I think.
It is. It is. Well, of course, technology has made that possible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what a wonderful time to have lived. And the people that I worked with were all people I was huge fans of, like Rocky and Bullwinkle, their voices. They worked on the Gummy Bears. I worked with them. I was a nobody, but I got to meet all those people before they passed on and work with, you know, like I said, the people I watched. Yeah. Mark, he's a little bit older than me, but you know, not that much older. But some of the other, you know, people who started out in radio, and you know, I don't know if you're familiar with Ian Whitcomb there in England.
I'm not.
He's a song. He he made a lot of music, and he was kind of a celebrity. He moved here. He's from England.
Oh, cool.
You know, just people I listened to the radio growing up. You know, it's fun. That's what's fun about this business. I don't think most people come into the business not having been fans growing up, you know, of entertainment, right?
Yeah, because everyone's inspired by everyone, I suppose, in some
Yeah,
way or something.
exactly.
I just want to finish off by asking you one final question, and that's what do you have in the what do you have planned going forward?
Well, the big thing is our show on YouTube, the Tell You Later, with that's TELLYA. We're just finishing our first season, first 26 episodes. It's supported by Patreon, so our goal is to get the word out
Yeah.
and see if people like it. And it's kind of just us talking, but Will, he writes songs, there's music, there's goofiness, then we have some guests, we're starting to have guests, and he has a huge amount of knowledge about everything, especially old Hollywood or
Oh,
movie
okay.
stars or music. So he talks about all kinds of things. So it's kind of an eclectic variety show, I guess you could call it. I like to say it's a show where you learn so much about so little and vice versa.
Nice.
But, you know, because we've done so much together, and he and I together have worked on more shows together than anybody else I've worked with. And we've had similar experience. So that, and I came out with a new line of candles I will be selling through my website soon for those who happen to be Adventures in Odyssey fans. My character on the show is named Connie Kendall, and now I have Connie Candles.
Oh, how cool.
That I have a chocolate soda one too. I don't have it here in the booth, but it smells so good. It's like raspberry ripple. So we're figuring out how to get that on the website. I will be going to voiceover conference in Dallas in a few weeks in August. I'll be teaching there, and And then Comic-Con in Lexington, Kentucky
Oh, how nice.
is coming up. I think that's in August too. And then another convention in the United States in Virginia in October, a SonicCon. And the Rob Paulson and Maurice LaMarche will be there doing their Animaniacs songs
wow.
with Randy Rogel, and it's gonna be fun. So, you know, I realize a lot of the world is locked down. My son lives in Thailand, and he's been locked down for 3 months. But I'm taking advantage of the opportunity to travel while we
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm glad to hear that you've got some things coming up.
Yeah, it's fun. It's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with everything hopefully getting back to some normality, I'd say.
Yeah, so encourage everybody to at least like and subscribe to our channel. We need all that, right? You do too. So
Exactly. Everyone
I'm
needs to
learning
support each
how to
other.
use this stuff. It's so, you know, I think main thing to answer your question is just learning new stuff. You said, what am I interested in? Everything, you know, we gotta keep learning and growing and finding out how to connect with people. That's what life is all about, right?
Exactly. You said it very perfectly. Well, thank you, Kate. It's been great chatting with you.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And the weather, is it too hot out there to work?
No, it started to rain actually.
Oh no.
Yeah, so
Ooh,
I'll have
icky
to see.
poo. All right. Well, cheers. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. Enjoy your weekend as well.
Thanks for
So
having me. All
very,
righty.
very welcome. Take care. Bye.
Bye.